Hello, it's Natalie. If you stock your freezer right, you can always be sure to have healthy meal options and keep yourself from constantly having to run the grocery store when you run out of things. Don't you hate that? So number one must-have are nuts and seeds. Now you can keep them at room temperature for about 2 months, but they'll keep so much longer in your freezer. The cold temperatures preserve the healthy fats in the nuts and seeds, and you can use them right out of the freezer. They don't really need any thaw time, so it's a very convenient way to use them. Number two, your whole grain flours. For the same reason that the nuts should be stored long-term and cold, the same reason for the whole wheat flour, because they contain the germ and all those fats and all those nutrients. The cold temperature protects the flour and keeps it fresh longer. Number three, I have pre-made meals constantly in my freezer, and that way I don't have to depend on a restaurant to go or something that's convenient but not as healthy. So it may be vegetable lasagna, it may be pot roast, vegetable soup, chili, zucchini carrot muffins. Those are some of my constants that I usually have in my freezer. I can depend on those, and so when I'm making a regular meal during the week, I just double it and then freeze the rest. And that way I don't have to eat leftovers for 5 days and be sick of it. I can pull it out in a month, and I'm excited about it because I haven't had it in a long time. Number four, proteins. Chicken breasts, fish fillets, and vacuum sealed ground bison or grass-fed beef. If you don't have proteins in your freezer, and of course you don't have to be a meat eater, but if you are, and many families feel like they're not eating if they don't have a protein. So if that's you and that's your family and you don't have any in stock, well then you might have a tendency to go for convenience foods rather than healthy foods. So when something is on sale, if you can get it from your farmer's market or a local rancher, stock up your freezer. And if they're individually packaged or wrapped conveniently, then you can just pull out what you need. Number five, frozen vegetables. The ones that I constantly keep in my freezer: broccoli, lima beans, peas, green peas, mixed vegetable bags, and dark leafy greens. Now, you can freeze quite a bit of vegetables or buy them pre-frozen. So just buy what appeals to you, what your family likes. But there's no reason why you can't have vegetables in your diet, especially with our steamer pouches and all the kinds of new vegetables that are in the freezer section at your grocery store. If you constantly have fresh vegetables going bad in your refrigerator, frozen are the way to go, and they're preferable over canned. Number six, edamame. So if you get frozen edamame pouches, they're available quite a few places. It's a quick snack, excellent source of protein, can really reduce your cravings during your day, and fiber rich in protein. So it's just a well-balanced snack and easy to make vegetarian meals out of that. And then number seven, any kind of frozen fruit. Mango and mixed berries are some of my staples. You may have some different staples, but if you always have frozen fruit, then it's easy to make smoothies. You can quickly thaw them and add them to yogurt or to recipes. And my son even eats frozen fruit just by itself, as they're like little popsicles. So blueberries or grapes work great. Number eight, extra packages of sprouted bread or whole wheat tortillas. They thaw really well in the refrigerator, or you can thaw them on the counter for a few hours. When I see I'm running low, I just pull out a loaf out of the freezer and keep it in the refrigerator. And then it's ready to go the next day. And this keeps me from constantly having to run the store because we go through quite a bit of sprouted bread. Number nine, your hard aged cheeses go really great in your freezer. They preserve them well, and because they're so rich in flavor, just a little goes a long way, so you don't have to have a ton of it and get a ton of calories from your cheeses if you go with more of the strong flavors. Your soft cheeses don't freeze well. It really changes the texture, but your hard cheeses freeze great. Parmesan cheese is a low lactose cheese, and so if you're worried about the lactose in cheeses, you might want to try Parmesan cheese. Number 10, Pestos and Hummus. My ice cube tray is my best friend. I use it all the time. If I'm going to make a batch of hummus or pesto, I will keep enough in the refrigerator, for us to eat on it for a few days. But then the rest I put in little ice cube trays. And then once it's frozen, then I can put them in baggies and then just pull out 1 or 2 ice cubes when I need them. It thaws really quick, and that way I'm not constantly having to make big batches of stuff. I'd be in the kitchen all the time. So that is a time saver for sure. Number 11, herbs. So if you have cilantro or green onions or parsley, any of those herbs that you will buy maybe for a recipe and then you have a whole bunch that's left over and you're not sure what to do with it, well, chop it up, put it in those ice cube trays again, fill it with a little bit of water, and then freeze them. And that way you're preserving the nutrients because you're freezing them really quickly while they're still good. And then you can easily thaw them out. You could run warm water over them and then they're ready to go, or you can add them as is to soups and other dishes. Number 12, pureed vegetables. Steam them prep and steam your vegetables first, and then puree them and freeze them. So I use pureed cauliflower and meatloaf recipes, and even my turkey burger recipe. There's a lot of great cookbooks out there. Specifically, Missy Lapine has The Sneaky Chef, and Jessica Seinfeld has Deceptively Delicious. Both great cookbooks on ways to get more vegetables in your diet. Some of those are a little bit more geared towards kids. But it is a great way, especially if you have trouble getting enough vegetables in your diet, incorporating them into foods that you already eat. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.